It's so crazy because like legit, I'm like, girl, you is talking in front of a camera. Like, you don't think you look crazy? And I'm just like, I don't care. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Keena, aka Soulful Key. Thank you so much guys for tuning in. I wanted to do this video to pretty much talk to you guys about how Soulful Key came about and just a little bit about me before I get into the yoga and the makeup. I want you guys to understand what inspired me to start doing yoga, what inspired me to start doing makeup, just kind of the foundation of it before I get into, you know, makeup tutorials and everything like that. So I just kind of want you guys to know just a little bit about me and know what it is like to be a brown girl, but also live with a mental illness. You thought I wasn't gonna say nothing. Why you ain't subscribed to my channel yet?
I'll wait.
All right, y'all. Let's get back to it. For as long as I can remember, I think I was, let's say, in middle school. I think middle school was when I realized that I was different. I felt like, I don't know, like some of the things that I thought or some of the things that would go through my mind was just like a little weird. High school was when it really started changing for me. So I remember a specific night where I stayed with my mother at the time. She had a gas stove, and I specifically remember for some reason the gas stove would always cause the carbon monoxide detector to go off, and carbon monoxide would be in our house. And so we would have to call like the fire department to come and fix whatever. It was just a big mess. So anywho, this particular night, I realized that I was like, something ain't right.
I don't like that.
Okay, so what I mean by that is I had this strong fear, this strong urge that if I did not sleep with the window open, then carbon monoxide would come into the house and kill everybody. Everybody meaning me and my mom at the time. So I thought that was really weird that I even thought like that. And I'm like, what? But still, once again, therapy, counseling, all of this stuff is not talked about as much as it should be in our community. Like, I have had conversations when I was younger about how my mom has high blood pressure and now she has arthritis and, you know, things of this nature. So it was never really talked about, like, how are you feeling mentally, your emotions and things like that. So I never talked about the things that were going through my mind. I think I started researching certain things, but even still, that wasn't like, oh my gosh, you have to go see a doctor. You're crazy. Let's fast forward to college. Okay. College is really where
Twist around like a tornado, girl.
I just like, I don't know. The anxiety attacks came on. It was just overwhelming. And I remember specifically back in 2015, I did attempt suicide. I won't necessarily get into how, to God be the glory that I'm still here on this earth to even tell you guys this story and what I experienced, what I went through, all of that. So yeah, but back in 2015, this is during college, it was just overwhelming. Like, my thoughts would get the best of me. I was very fearful, like to the point where I was scared to go out of the house. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh, what if I hurt somebody, like, and I didn't mean to? Or, you know, it was all type of like weird fear. And then it went from that to checking and rechecking. And that's when I knew, I'm like, yo, Keena, something is a little off. Because I would literally, before I went to bed, I would go in the kitchen multiple times just to check and see if the stove was off. And I thought that was weird because I'm like, girl, you ain't use the stove. You ain't cook nothing in Like, you haven't cooked in like weeks, so why would the stove be on? But it was just like something in my mind. It's like, yo, you have to keep checking. You have to keep checking. It would be times where I would be on my way to work and like I would literally come all the way back to the house because I'm like, did I turn the iron off? And it's like, you didn't even use the iron today. But like, I couldn't tell myself that. So all of this stuff happened in college. In college, after the suicide attempt, I actually started seeking therapy. I never really talked about the things that I was experiencing mentally, but I did have to talk about what I was experiencing emotionally during my counseling session. I saw a counselor that was on campus at the time. So that helped somewhat, but things just started getting worse because I wasn't really finding out what was wrong with junior year of college, and I had a really bad anxiety attack. And so I saw a counselor after that experience. I had to take some time off of work. Saw a counselor, and that's when she mentioned anxiety and OCD. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what those are. I mean, I had looked up kind of like my symptoms, but I really didn't pay too much attention to it. Even though I'm a psychology major, I really wasn't like thinking, just nobody talks about mental health. So like that was not one of the things that crossed my mind. So after she told me that, she was like, you might want to talk to your primary care physician and see if there is any, type of medication that you can take for your anxiety. So I'm like, okay, cool. I went to my primary care physician and I told her everything I was experiencing. She did prescribe me medication, but that was it. And I was like, okay, so is that confirmed? Do I have anxiety? I mean, so I was supposed to take the medication for an entire month. I didn't. They say you're supposed to take it for a month before it gets into your system. I didn't. I took it for about 2 weeks because I'm just like, I'm not about to take this medicine and I don't even know what I'm taking the medicine for. And I'm not really somebody that is hype about taking medicine anyway. So that just wasn't, I don't know. I wasn't feeling the whole medication thing. So I stopped taking my medicine. I should have continued because it's like once you get it in your system and you just go cold turkey.
I think it's serious. It's no joke.
One particular day, I was just crying out to my manager and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of being this way. Because like, truth be told, it wasn't like I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to die. No, it was just like, I'm overwhelmed with emotion and I don't know what to do with these emotions. I don't know how to deal with them. And it's a lot for me and I'm tired of like living in fear, it's just a lot. So this chick called the police on me. Police ended up taking me to a mental hospital. The worst experience I think I have ever been through. It was very traumatic for me. Luckily, I did speak with a psychiatrist that evening. Anytime you are admitted into a mental health institution, most of the time, I don't know if this is 100% correct, so do not quote me, but I do believe most of the time you are required to stay 72 hours. So you are not allowed to have very long visits. I think 15 or 30-minute visits, so it was just like one per day. You can have only like one phone call and it can only be a certain amount of time. There, they took literally everything out of my room. I felt like a caged animal. So I'm just like, this is not making any sense. Like, how is it that I'm overwhelmed with emotion and you guys are putting me in solitude with nothing in my room, no TV? I couldn't have my phone. Like, they literally took everything. Like, why would you think that that would even make me any better? And then there was somebody in the room next to me and he was like screaming for meds. So I'm like, yo, this is not somewhere where I want to be. I don't want to, like, why am I even here? I did end up speaking with the psychiatrist. Luckily, she was like, you don't seem like you're going to harm yourself, so I'm going to let you go tonight. I was so thankful. That was, oh my gosh, y'all, that experience was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. I was there for maybe about 6 or 7 hours, but those hours alone, just sitting in a room with a security officer, like they wouldn't even let me go to the bathroom by myself. That particular night was the night that I found out I actually had generalized anxiety disorder, which is chronic anxiety, chronic worry or fear of the unknown. And then I also have obsessive compulsive disorder. I have seen a plethora of counselors. I have liked a few. I have not liked all of them. I think there's a lot that goes into counseling, and that's one of the things that I will bring to my channel. Just transparency, awareness, what to expect when you do go to counseling. I tell everybody that you have to go into it with an open mind. I got to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I finally have a diagnosis. Now it can be fixed, you know, like now I can get to work and I can fix it. So that's how my makeup and yoga came into play, because I needed an outlet. I needed a positive coping mechanism to help me through managing my emotions. I just wanted to explain to you guys how I even thought about making a YouTube channel, how I got into mental health. I am just so excited to share my journey with you guys because I'm still going through it. I do take medication for my anxiety. No, I don't think I will be on medication for life. I have to take the time out to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. You guys, I'm just overwhelmed. To everybody who has subscribed, guys, please let me know what content you would like to see, any story time, what makeup looks you guys would like to see. Comment down below, share, guys. I have so much stuff to talk about when it comes to mental health, so I want to make sure I get the word out any way that I can. So please share this video, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's so crazy because like legit, I'm like, girl, you is talking in front of a camera, like you don't think you look crazy? And I'm just like, I don't care. I got y'all. Y'all really supporting a sister. Like, I love y'all. I will see you king and queens in the next video. Love you guys. Mwah, bye.